Flexing on that bitch, hold up, flexing on that bitch. Lot of niggas on that bitch, hold up. Her friend gon' lick me like a fucking roll up. Stupid ass one who's supposed to stop with poppin', ain't narcotics on me, I be mad. Twisted better than I be mad fly. Savage city hits like a wise guy. I'ma sit in front of the judge and tell her damn lie. Nigga, I be mad.
Peace. What up, G? Alright, we're gonna try this shit in landscape. Give people a second to get up in here. We're gonna go in. What's going on, sister? Peace. You been waiting on this shit? Well, yeah, this is definitely well worth waiting for. We got some real serious shit to talk about. What up? Greetings. I see everybody in here. Just got off work. What's going on there in Detroit? You need my email, lordasar@gmail.com, LORDASAR@gmail.com. Let me just cross this field. We'll go right in. LORDASAR@gmail. All right. The same ain't shit changed. It's not two R's. It was LORDASAR. It's just one O. All right, let me turn this music off. Flip the fucking camera around. All right. What's going on, motherfuckers? It's gonna get real heavy today. For obvious reasons. Are you still doing chart readings? Yeah, hit up my email, yeah. You know what I mean? Don't even trip. What up? You know what I mean? We're gonna channel the energy of the bat today. Shout out Wu-Tang. We already know, so. We already know the bat helps you navigate the underworld. And that's why we're talking about dark souls today. And what it really means. We're gonna stop all this spooky shit, we're gonna stop all this night shit, and we're gonna come into our power on a real live tip. So first things first. Now let me know, is the quality good, the sound good before I even go in? So I got these headphones in, so I don't know how this shit sound. It sound like, is everybody can hear me good? Everything clear? Quality is good? Hopefully everything is good. Straight? All right, cool. All right. There's a weird tapping sound. Okay. It's probably because my headphones is bouncing up against the jewelry. So let me correct that right now before we even go in. So let me actually just, all right, let me fix this right now. Sound good, but the chain is tapping the mic. All right, well, we're gonna handle that right now before we even go in. We're gonna handle that right now. Let me see if I can just throw this over here like this. Just throw this over. All right, get this camera right. All right, what about that? All right, let me walk around. Is it good? Does that help the problem? Does it sound better now, or is it still like you hear me moving? Because I might just have to take the headphones out. I'll just take the headphones out if that don't help. Sounds good. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna go in. Appreciate everybody for watching, for tuning in. We're gonna take a little walk. It's solid, all right. Hold on, let me get through this gate. Taking these secret paths. You see somebody cut a fucking hole in this, so you can just walk through this motherfucker. Taking these secret routes. So lately, we see that spirituality has been watered down. You know what I mean? Everybody's looking for peace, right? Peace within, peace on the outside, world peace, you know, manifestation, you know, all this good stuff, right? But the issue is, we don't see change. You know, indeed, we actually see things getting worse. You know what I mean? So as positive as people want to be, and as spiritual as people want to be, we're not really seeing too much progress being made on any level. It just seems like everything is just a big circus right now, right? This shit don't even seem real. It seems like we in a whole different dimension. Like shit is, you can't even take nothing serious. You know what I mean? It used to mean something to be certain things and to have certain positions in life, but it's like all that shit has went out the window. You know what I mean? It's like everything is a circus. Now, why is this? It's because we have been led to believe, or we've been taught to be docile, to be passive with our spirituality. But today we're gonna weaponize the shit. We're gonna weaponize the spirituality. So it ain't no more using your spirituality to achieve world peace, to connect with nature, to find inner peace. Fuck peace. It's all about chaos at this point. It ain't no fucking peace. You can be as peaceful as you want to be, but that's not the purpose at this point. Now, it would be different if we was somewhere in Tibet, somewhere in the mountains where you can just go up and meditate, you know what I mean, and live off of the land. But we in America, and I know some people may be watching for overseas, but for the most part, we are in America. And it ain't no fucking peace. It ain't no fucking peace. This is the land of Satan. There's satanic worship going on around this motherfucker. It is what it is, regardless of how we feel about it, how anybody feel about it. Because we see it every day. You know what I mean? We see people getting sacrificed, motherfuckers getting killed, nobody's going to jail. You know, we can name a million different things going on that, you know, us fucking meditating and folding our legs ain't doing shit. Peace is an illusion when you're around civilized people. When you're around sheep, they are potential enemies. Let me say that right off the bat. If you remember in the movie The Matrix, when the Agent Smith, he could potentially be anybody within the Matrix, right? He can take on a form of anybody. He could potentially be anybody in the Matrix. He can just change forms, so it can be a regular person walking down the street, and if he's after you, you look back and he is taking the form of whoever you just walked past, and now they're an agent, right? That's what's going on right now. So all our family members, friends, associates, co-workers, and whoever we're around that's not with the shits, they are potential agents. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is this. Have you noticed, whenever you start to get like a spiritual breakthrough, you get deep into your spirituality, and you have somebody that come along that try to fuck up your whole energy flow? I know somebody's noticed that, right? You'll be doing your thing deep into your own zone, minding your own fucking business. Somebody want to come fucking with you, telling you you don't know what you're talking about, or come challenge your stance on whatever it is that you're doing, right? The reason why that is because everybody is a potential agent if you don't know how to see with all three of your eyes, right? They are tapped into our thoughts. The reason why you can be on the flow, you can be on the roll, you can be getting your momentum up, and all of a sudden something throws you off. The reason why that shit can happen is because they can tap into the shit that you want. You know, a motherfucker know what you typing in Google. They know what type of thoughts you having, especially when you don't know how to control your thoughts and you don't know how to shield your thoughts. But these are the arts that you're not taught, right? We taught, you know, there's only so much that we're told. Think positive, you know, create your reality, you know, all this basic shit, right? But nobody really tell you what to do in times of war. We are in times of war. We are in times of chaos. We don't really have time to develop ourselves and to be the best we can be when we are under attack from all angles, physically, mentally, and spiritually. We don't have time to be docile and to be passive with our spirituality. They don't teach you how to weaponize your spirituality in times of war, in times of chaos. And the reason that you're not taught that side of spirituality is because they want you to be open to all the attacks that we see going on. Right? People probably don't even know you can weaponize your spirituality just like you can use it to elevate yourself spiritually. You can use it to weaponize and to protect yourself from all this onslaught. Now, what do I mean? If we know that everybody is a potential agent who's not with the shits, and whenever you get a momentum rolling, there's some kind of obstacle or some type of challenge that come at you trying to fuck your flow up. If you shield yourself, weaponizing your spirituality, those things will happen less and less often because you're not docile and you're not passive. Is everything good? The sound still good? Because I see this, I may just take the headphones out. Is this obstructing the sound in any way? So let me know if the sound good. If it's obstructed, I'll just take this shit out. So can everybody hear me clearly? I'm just making sure for one last time. I don't want nobody to not hear me at all. Everything is clear? All right, cool. It's straight. All right. Appreciate that. All right. So, what do I mean by weaponizing your spirituality? We are warriors, right? But the person would lead you to believe that spirituality and warfare don't go together. But it actually goes hand in hand. Because spirituality can elevate you to higher states of consciousness. One of those higher states of consciousness is being a warrior, being a wizard, being a warlord, being a warlock, being a magician, being a witch. Those are levels of ascension because you're going to always have somebody that's going to come at you with some type of bullshit. There's no way to avoid it. So with that being said, if all we're doing is just trying to clear our mind and trying to live life and trying to stay away from negative people and do all this stuff, negative thinking is the key to thinking like a warrior. What do I mean? There's a difference between self-doubt and negative thinking. What do I mean by that? Most of the time when you hear negative thinking, you automatically assume it's self-doubt. Meaning, you know, you don't have positive thoughts about yourself or other people. And you assume that's negative thinking. But that's really self-doubt. There's a separation. Negative thinking is thinking in a chaotic manner and on a monstrous level. What do I mean by that? Why is it that everybody cheers on the warrior or the beast? What do I mean? We look at hip-hop. They call the greatest of all time, what, the GOAT, right? The animal nature, the GOAT. Oh, he spazzed out on the track. He a beast. He a monster. If we look at entertainers, what they talk about, the way you dunking on motherfuckers, oh, he's fucking niggas up. He's a monster, he's a beast. You know what I mean? Like, that type of behavior is encouraged. When you start spazzing out, start killing motherfuckers on records, beefing on wax, everybody gravitates towards that, right? Nobody want to hear the docile shit no more. Nobody wants to hear it. People want to hear the beef. They want to hear the war. They want to hear the chaos. They want to see people fight. You know what I mean? People was paying all type of money to see fights, to see killings. Everybody glorifies, you know, the ex-drug dealer, right? The ex-motherfucker who was sticking up people, robbing motherfuckers, doing all type of criminal activity, right? I'm currently going through people trying to fuck my shit up, but they know they can't stop me. You already know. This is why you gotta weaponize the spirituality. There's no time for that. See, again, they want to control it. So as long as it's making them money, and by them I mean the system that's in place. As long as it makes them money, they don't mind you being a beast. They don't mind you being a warrior. As long as you put money in their pocket, they don't mind it. As long as it's in a controlled fashion, in a controlled environment, you can go as hard as you want to go. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Don't nobody say nothing to LeBron when he dominate the court. Nobody was saying nothing when Jordan was dominating the court, or the football player, whoever, the rapper that's going hard in the paint. Nobody says, everybody encourages that, right? So as long as it's in a controlled fashion, it's all good. But the moment you want to be a warrior and be a revolutionary, hold on, let me let this shit pass. You see it's getting crazy, right? Already. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by we influence the weather. How do I use dark thoughts to motivate myself every day? That's exactly what we're getting to right now. Let me cross this street. It's all good when it can be controlled and it generates revenue for other people. But you realize that they can never do it themselves. When people say A's not soon, they are speaking to the feds or speaking on the feds. See, this is the thing. Artificial intelligence rules reality at this point. Meaning, everything is about technology. Technology is the new spirituality. What do I mean by that? It's more evidence if you get caught on camera as opposed to somebody snitches on you. What do I mean? If they see you on camera robbing a store or committing a crime, that's going to be greater evidence than somebody saying you did something, right? Everything is digital now. You can log into your bank account, you can log into all your information, you can log into the internet, pay your bills, everything is digital, right? So all the databases that used to be physical is now online. Online databases, online data banks. So all type of storage is online. It's in the internet now, right? It's non-physical. The reason that is because we are in the 21st century and artificial intelligence rules. That's the new God, right? If people can utilize some type of artificial intelligence to generate revenue, that's the way to go. That's why everybody's getting into computer science, technology, you know, everything that has something to do with higher mathematics that can be utilized in the computer and creating apps. You know what I mean? This is why shit like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, the top shit is online. You know what I mean? Everybody want the fame, everybody want the clout. Having Facebook followers, not Facebook followers, Instagram followers, people on Snapchat, that's more important to people now than having physical friends, than having, you know, physical connections. People would rather have 100,000 followers, and they would rather have the fame, this online fame, instead of doing things on a physical level. You know what I mean? This is why everybody is displaying their whole life on the internet. Their whole life is on their phone in their conversations. Let me turn this brightness up real quick. All right. Right? People put more energy into the digital age than anything they do physically. Physically, motherfuckers just get up and go to work, you know, and come home and do whatever the fuck they got to do, right? It's very, very little energy put into anything physical unless you're a very, very physical person. But motherfuckers is on their phone all day, is on the TV all day, is on the computer all day. You know what I mean? The reason that is because of artificial intelligence is now the law. Money is not as important as fame right now. Exactly. Because you don't have to have money. All you need is a phone. Right? The phone can get you the money. So that's the thing. So on the flip side of it, if you know how to utilize it properly, you can use the phone, or you can use the computer, or you can use any type of artificial intelligence to generate revenue for yourself as well. But most of the time, that type of information is locked down, meaning you have to pay for that type of information because it's very hard and complicated the way it's taught. It's not hard to understand, but the way it's taught is very complex and very complicated. Like, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to know how to build a website from scratch. But if you have that skill, everybody would desire a website. So you can basically make a living for yourself if you know how to do it from scratch. Judas from London. What's up? Fame is a more powerful tool. This is what we're saying. People want their name out there. People are not concerned with the physical acts at this point. So on the flip side of it, everybody would rather be a beast on the internet than a beast in actual reality. Because in actual reality, bring your mic back up. Fix that right now. We fix it right now. All right. So I'm talking about the beast. Can't hear too well. Yeah, okay. We good now. We good with the sound. We good with the sound. Let me take these headphones out. Y'all let me know if y'all prefer the shit out. That way I don't have to constantly keep fucking with this. So I'm gonna take. Alright, so the sound better now. So this is just straight from the phone. Is it way better now? Just keep the headphones on. Sound good? You can hire people to do anything cheap. Go to Upwork.com, hire people from all over the world. Exactly. On the internet, anything can be delivered right to your front door. You don't even need to leave the house. Now let's take this back to spirituality. Everybody wants to be a beast on the internet. They want to be the beast on the Instagram, on the Snapchat, on the YouTube, or whatever the case is. But when you look at their physical lives, they're not doing anything of that nature. Right? They're not doing no beastly activity physically, but they have you believe, based on perception, that they're a particular type of person. But if you actually see their daily routines, it's nothing of that nature. But that's the way the world is at this point. It's all about what type of personality can you create and make people believe and allow people to buy into your imagination to generate revenue for yourself, as opposed to actually being it in your heart and in your mind. See, it's more about clout and it's more about generating money more so than actually being spiritual. Now let's get back to weaponizing the spirituality. Weaponizing the spirituality, they live in defeated lives. Exactly. We already know. You can be whatever you want in the circus, right? On the internet, you can be whatever you want. But in real life, when it comes to the physical realities, everybody's still searching, right? Motherfuckers is normal as fuck. But on the internet, they're the biggest, baddest of them all. So on one level, it's good to utilize the imagination, but we don't know how to ground that information. So the same way we can utilize the internet, we can utilize on a physical level, but the issue with that is most of the time it may be illegal. It may be looked down upon, right? Because the actual beast and the physical reality is the so-called criminals, right? The people that's called beasts is what the gangbangers, right? The criminals, the robbers, and all these people, right? The people that's actually out here really putting in work, they're considered beasts. They're considered criminals. Nobody wants to be around them. People are afraid of them. You know what I mean? Everybody, you just lock these people up. They don't serve a purpose in society. so on and so forth. So on the internet, you're encouraged to be a beast. You're encouraged to be more than you are. As long as on a physical level, you stay in your place. As long as you stay in your place physically, you can be whatever you want on the internet. Now, what's the point? If you're giving all your energy to the artificial intelligence, the new God, because it's not really Jesus anymore, people kind of grew out of religion, even though there's many, many religious people, but it's not to the point where it used to be. Most people nowadays know better. Most people nowadays are conscious. So on the flip side, the new God, the new energy that people are worshiping, the demiurge or the demigod, is the artificial intelligence. That's why people, would damn near rob somebody else and make sure their phone stay on. Make sure they got the new iPhone, right? To make sure they got the new MacBook. To make sure they got the new headphones or wireless headphones or whatever the case is. People are willing to hit licks for technology more so than doing something else, doing something spiritual, right? Motherfuckers just want the latest and the greatest. That's what everybody's putting their mind on. So it's 24/7, everybody's minds is on artificial intelligence, machines, just like in the Matrix, right? They were battling against the machines, right? So this is why we need to rewatch it, the first movie. Because, the second and third movie were just like offshoots, but it's the very first movie which breaks everything down. They were at war with the machines. And what was the Matrix? You had to be plugged into the Matrix, right? This really helped me out right now. Absolutely. You had to be plugged into the Matrix, right? Through the back of your head, through the third eye. You had to be plugged into the Matrix. You just watched the Matrix this morning. See, it's in the ethers. Everything that I'm talking about is in the air, and I'm just pulling these ideas out, and I'm just putting it all together. You know what I mean? We are all on the same frequency, in some form or fashion. Just getting back to the movie, they had to be plugged into the Matrix, right? So that in real life, they were battling against the machines, right? Morpheus said their lives to the AI. Exactly. Morpheus was the voice, the believer, right? You can say he was a spiritualist. Because at first, it was really through him. He was the one that brought everybody together because he was the one with the vision, right? He was the one that knew, like, Neo is the one, right? The one is just whoever it chooses to be, really. You can say Neo was really a regular motherfucker, but Morpheus, basically when Morpheus was about to die, that's when Neo started to really become who he really was. But you can say he was really a regular motherfucker just looking into shit, fucking with the dark web, I believe. Like, he was a drug dealer. That's another thing, right? In the movie, he was even though he had a regular mundane job, he was connected with the underworld as well, fucking with the Matrix. So he wasn't just a person at his desk doing regular shit. At night, he was like a drug dealer, fucking with the Matrix and, searching for answers and all that, right? So these are the correspondences. So he wasn't necessarily an innocent person. He could have went to jail for what he was doing, which is why the deeper he started to get into the Matrix, they started to come after him, right? That when they actually met in real life, when he actually met Morpheus, they had to take that artificial intelligence out of his belly button, right? But he thought he was dreaming. See, this is the thing. He was dreaming, then they put the little artificial intelligence in him when he first met the agent. If y'all remember the movie correctly, if you don't remember the movie fully, just watch it over again, you know what I mean? Just type it in Google, and you can find it anywhere on the internet. He thought he was dreaming when they put, that artificial intelligence inside his body. He thought he was dreaming, so when they took it out, when he met Morpheus, or before he went to go meet Morpheus, when they took it out of his stomach, he was like, what the fuck, this shit is real? Right? So they tracked him, they was tracking him, and this is what we're talking about. When you start to weaponize your spirituality, you become a threat. But nobody wants to be a threat. People want to make their money, they want to get their fame, but they don't want to be a threat. They don't want to actually do something on the physical level and be a revolutionary. And actually, I wouldn't say go up against the system, because this is what the spirituality is for. We are here to utilize the creative sexual force to destroy the matrix completely. See, this is the thing. People are trying to build the matrix up. When you talk about manifestation and creating your reality, you're trying to build more into the matrix, when you should be completely destroying this shit. When you weaponize your spirituality, that's you directing your thoughts to destroying the matrix, destroying the system, destroying things from a spiritual level, because it all exists within our minds. It's our minds that's making all this real. It's not the physical body. So when we redirect our thoughts and start to utilize our imagination in a warrior state of mind and destroy the shit instead of trying to build it up, that's when things start to change, even if it's just for you personally. It's not when you're trying to add on to it, when you're trying to do more, and when you're trying to do this and be this, and, you know, be this famous person and be somebody of a certain stature, or you want to have status. It's not about none of that. That's just you adding on to the matrix. When you are a dark soul, when you look at yourself as a dark soul, you are here to destroy shit. You are a chaos being. You're not the person that's going to be the next president. You're not going to be in politics. You're not going to be the rich banker. You're not going to be the famous author or whatever the fuck people want to be. That's for the light workers or the light souls or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. But when you are a dark soul, when you are a chaos being, you are here to inflict chaos into the world. Not on the physical level, on the spiritual level, when you spiritualize and weaponize your thoughts. Now let me give you an example. So let's just say you use your creative energy, however you choose to use it. Let's just say instead of drawing, let's just say you're an artist. Instead of drawing images of war, not war, instead of drawing images of peace, you draw images of war. Instead of drawing things, you know, about angels, you're drawing things about demons. Like, what do I mean? Like, if you look at a lot of my videos, if you look at the artwork in a lot of my older videos, it's a bunch of abstract things with a black background. It's just black, and it's just pure chaos. It's a little graffiti in there, just fucking pure chaos. You really don't know what it is, right? It's not just my face or, you know, little images. Greetings. Yo, peace, man. Definitely peace for everybody that's watched from all around the world. You know what I mean? If you look at my earlier images, you see there's this black artwork and it's pretty much pure chaos. That's me putting out a chaotic energy into the world, into the artificial intelligence, to fucking glitch the matrix. Everything was done with a plan, because I could have easily just made it all nice and friendly and have regular music. Now I'm having hardcore ass hip hop on the shit. You know what I mean? I'm cussing in the videos. Like this shit, I can't monetize the fucking videos. I took all that shit off because I'm like, I don't need to extract money from this system any longer. Greetings, yo, peace. Right? When you weaponize your creativity. For example, advice for finding my work, your work. If you feel you are a dark soul, it's your obligation to explore the underworld. I'll give you an example. The deeper you go into the underworld, the more grotesque things start to become. What do I mean? Just picture yourself as a warrior and you have to kill. Just imagine what a battlefield looks like in the aftermath of a war. The weapons of our warfare are spiritual, not carnal, to pull down the strongholds. Dark souls, and that's if you trapped into the world where being black is looked down upon. This is what Bobby told us. Absolutely. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm, like, this is the whole, this is what spirituality is when you are a chaos being. This is why we never cared about being anything that even like everybody wants to be a rapper nowadays, right? but you don't see originality. See, when you are a chaos being, you are putting out originality. Meaning, as I was going into the example, imagine a battlefield right after a war where it's just nothing but dead bodies, right? Just imagine a battlefield with nothing but dead bodies. It's just people with their fucking head blew off, arm, body parts scattered, fucking the most grotesque scene you can ever imagine. The aftermath of a war, the aftermath of a battle. But when you are a warrior, this is all you see. This is all you see when you're a warrior is fucked up shit. That's all you see because you are in the mindset of a warrior. You're not looking for anything other than bloodshed because you're in wartime. When you are in wartime, all you're seeing is bloodshed, chaos, war. You're not trying to see anything else. So as a warrior, you start to accustom yourself to seeing fucked up shit or things that are grotesque, things that you are shielded away from society. The things that are taken away out of society. An example would be graffiti. I'm not talking about the friendly graffiti. There's various types of graffiti. Like, if you go into Devil's Gate, like I have a video of me going into Devil's Gate. I lost the SD card and it popped up later on, like 2-3 months later. I found it. I'm like, when I first recorded, I'm like, I can't even put this out. Like the imagery is a little bit too graphic because I've never really seen graffiti, the dark graffiti, like not the shit you see, just the big letters and shit. I'm talking about the darker graffiti. Like in my older videos, I will always talk about graffiti. But when you go into the underworld, that can be a thing. Go, because graffiti is everywhere. Go to the darkest places in your city and look at the graffiti. It's not going to be the friendly graffiti you just see everywhere. It's being a lighter dark soul, God-given, we're a warrior. See, this is the thing. You got different types of people. You got people who feel like they're light workers or light beings and who is here to bring peace and love and light. You have people who really feel that way in their heart. And that's what they manifest themselves to be, which is cool if that's what they feel they are. But then you have the darker souls who may have tried to do the same thing, but were unsuccessful. What do I mean? You may have felt in your heart that you were a light bringer, you wanted to, be peaceful, bring peace, and be a positive person, and whatever the case may be. But it's like you have the world against you, though. See, people like that don't really have friction because who's going to go against somebody who's trying to bring love into the world, right? But you try to do the same thing, but it's like you was restricted. Everybody came against you, and you just never understood. Like, yo, why are people coming against me when all I'm doing is trying to spread love and be exactly who I am or who I think I am. So it's like you were not allowed to take that path. It wasn't necessarily them, it was your own soul letting you know that's not for you. It's not for you to necessarily wage war against them. It's for you. You are a chaos being and you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, meaning that you are not allowed to be on the world stage. The spiritual is an animal, they dwell in the darkness. Absolutely, crows, owls, bats, as I said, with the Wu-Tang. Cats, so on and so forth. A dark soul is not allowed on the world stage because their views of reality is a little bit more sinister, a little bit more chaotic, that they just, you couldn't be a president. Because you saying, man, fuck all this shit, let's rebuild the system from scratch, and everybody gonna be scratching their head, that's a little bit too much for me. I'm not trying to get involved with this person. You will be out of the office instantly. When you are a dark soul, you are not accepted on the world stage because of who you are, not necessarily because of how you think. It's because of who you are. Hold on, let me cross this street. who you are. When you are somebody who's naturally dark, this period, meaning gothic, emo, hip hop, all of these things, you were naturally drawn to the darker elements of life naturally, not because you were trying to be anything, but that's just who you were. That's what resonated with your soul. The more grotesque, you like violence, not necessarily you're a violent person, but the things that were hidden away from you, you were a person that liked porn, violence, scary movie, horror movies, things that you were not supposed to like or get too deep in. It's people feel like, or you were a person that indulged in drugs. Whatever the case may be, whatever path it was, because of your path, you was looked down upon and you would not be allowed on the world stage to basically affect the actual physical reality in that fashion. When you are a dark soul, that means your soul and your spirit is in alignment with chaos, and it is your goal or your purpose here to destroy shit. To become this warrior in the spiritual light and destroy shit. You are here to destroy shit. You are here to wreak havoc. Not physically pointing your guns, not physically beating up people. You don't even necessarily have to say anything. It's about using your creative energy and your creative light and your creative spark to bring about total fucking destruction to this bullshit. That's what it's about. It's about total destruction. Because this world is not, you can say, you can have a peaceful life, but nature is not nice. That's why you have hurricanes and natural disasters that kill people all the fucking time. You get what I'm saying? Greetings. Definitely greetings for everybody outside of the U.S. because we all on the same frequency. As a dark soul, you are here to cause total destruction, right? You know what I mean? A perfect example would be Tupac, right? The outlaw energy, right? Because if we look at it, what was thug life? The thuggies from the 1800s. If you know anything about the thuggies from the 1800s, they were assassins, and they killed in honor of the goddess Kali, right? They were assassins, and when they killed people, they killed in honor and worship of the goddess Kali, which is the ruler of the root chakra of the planet Saturn. The planet Saturn is about what? The hard, cold truth of reality. That's what the planet Saturn represents. So by the planet Saturn being your root chakra, being your foundation, that chaotic energy being your foundation, if you are a dark person, that means sinister thoughts make you creative. Meaning, you don't get inspired by trying to be a civilized person, trying to be a good person, trying to be a good civilized human being. That doesn't do anything for you. What gets your creativity flowing and what sparks your creativity is sinister blackness, madness, chaos. Fucking playing Resident Evil games, killing motherfuckers, shooting people in the head. Things like that gets your creativity bubbling and boiling. That makes you want to do creative things and to have a vivid imagination. If you were somebody who had a vivid imagination, it wasn't necessarily about bringing peace to the world. It was about bringing destruction. However, they tend to call these people schizophrenic. And they tend, to call these people, you heard about Bobby V. What is it about niggas liking these trainees? You think they spiritually fucked up? Not at all. See, this is what's going on with that whole thing, because this is not nothing new at all. With that energy, that's an example of pure fucking chaos. What do I mean? It's not something that motherfuckers are just doing because they don't have anything else to do. Like, let me just I don't know, I'm just sitting in my fucking room. Let me go, fuck with some trannies. It's not about that. These people are chaos beings. And if that's how the shit manifested, that's just how the shit manifested. Many are afraid of that side of themselves. I guess that's why I love Resident Evil. Yeah, you already know, sister. You know what I mean? We grew up playing fucking Resident Evil and shit, and fucking growing up in Detroit, fucking Midwest, you know what I mean? It's just pure fucking chaos, and that's just what it is. Your soul is born at a certain place for a certain reason. You get what I'm saying? And when you embrace that shit, that's when you're free. What you say? Nah.
I just wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah, what's going on, man? Huh? Nah. I have no idea where it's at. Nah, no doubt, bro. So yeah, you see, fucking, when you have this fucking energy, see, that's my thing. Motherfuckers assume I'm the drug dealer. Every time motherfuckers just ask me, oh, you got the weed, or do you know who has it? Nah, I don't. It's only if I had some. Like, if I personally have some, I would have just fucking gave the joint here, fucking take this shit. Yeah, but as you see, as I'm speaking, you see the things happen. You see earlier with the ambulance truck, then you see I'm surrounded by motherfuckers who's really want to get into some chaos, chaos activities in and of themselves. But back on point, hold on, let me get a drink of water real fast. 1 second, a brief intermission. Let me turn this camera around. All right. When you are a chaos being, what sparks you is chaos, whatever that chaos may be. So going back to the whole Bobby V situation, it's not a big deal because people engage in that shit all day, every day. He just so happened to be a celebrity, and that's what makes it a big deal. Because if he was just a regular motherfucker, nobody would care. And a regular motherfucker can engage in that activity freely because nobody fucking cares. It's only when the people are celebrities doing normal shit that it is blown out of proportion. And most of the time, celebrities are chaos beings because that's how they became celebrities. When you are able to do things that are amazing, when you are able to do things that other people are not able to do. Excuse me. If you are able to do things other people are not able to do, if you are able to achieve things that other people are not able to achieve, and believe things that other people can't believe, that makes you popular. So trannies are beings of chaos, so the closet niggas are naturally attracted to chaos. Most niggas are in the closet. Let me turn the camera back around. What I'm saying is, some people like guns. So they like to shoot, they like to gang bang. Some motherfuckers like bitches. But they may like fucking bitches with, fake titties and fake ass, and fucking porn stars and, prostitutes, right? Some motherfuckers like other things, and right, some motherfuckers are into trannies. So I'm not saying it's all motherfuckers, but that's just their form of chaos. Some motherfuckers just prefer women who look like fucking Barbie dolls, the fucking Nicki Minaj's of the world. Some people prefer that. And to me, I don't see a fucking difference because it's all artificial anyway. But it's something within your mind that wants you to go beyond this world. It's something within the woman's mind to want to enhance her body, and it's something within the man's mind to be drawn to that, although he knows it's artificial, but at the end of the day, it still sparks something within them. So whether it's guns, whether it's artificial intelligence, technology, whether it's men, whether it's women, whatever it is various forms of chaos, but at the root of it all, it is chaos because they are chaos beings. Otherwise, they would care nothing about it. It wouldn't be a big deal. They would want a natural woman that's not into all that, who's just into her spirituality and who wants to fucking be in nature all day. They would be perfectly fine with that. But no, motherfuckers want the prostitute, right? The Jezebel. You know what I mean? They want the bad bitch, right? That's out here getting money. You know what I mean? Doing all type of shit that the normal, everyday woman doesn't do. That's what the chaos is. So that's the thing. When you look at the lifestyles of these people, it's the lifestyles more so. Just take away the actual sexual intercourse about whether it's a tranny or, you know, a prostitute or whatever. Take away the actual sex. Just look at the lifestyle. The lifestyle is pure fucking chaos. Whether in a bad way or a good way. Some have no fucking control or are highly emotional and can't control themselves, and some got their shit together, but they don't live a normal, natural life at all. They are chaos beings, so they are drawn to the chaos. So they want to drive cars with big fucking rims. You know what I mean? They want to do things to gather attention, throw money at fucking strippers. You know what I mean? Shake their ass and twerk in front of crowds of people, whatever it is. So you don't it ain't even about what the action is. It's just all manifestations of chaos, of people being dark souls in various forms, because that's what sparks them. They wouldn't do it if it wasn't inside them. You know what I mean? If it was just them trying to be cool or whatever, they wouldn't do it. Although, yeah, you know, it's people that got TV shows and people that get paid, you know, to act clowns. But the shit was already in the streets before it was ever televised on TV. Before there was an Instagram, before there was a Snapchat, before there was a Facebook, before there was a MySpace, before there was even the internet, there were chaos beings doing chaotic shit. Right? It's just that now we see it. Now we have access to it. But we have always been these chaotic beings before it was publicized and people can tap into it instantly. This is what it is. So when you are a dark soul, you are drawn to some form of chaos, whatever that form of chaos is. And by you being drawn to the chaos, that's what you live for, and you don't mind dying for it, and you don't mind engaging in that every single day of your life, whatever that form of chaos is. So when you find your form of chaos and you accept yourself as a chaotic being, and you accept yourself as a being of chaos, and you are strictly about destroying this reality and destroying the boundaries of this reality, and people not being so attached to what physicality is, and you're just all about destruction and chaos, using your creative sexual energy, as I was saying earlier, you're using your creative sexual force to destroy reality. And that's exactly what's happening right now. That's why all you see is pure chaos. If you're a magician, like Enochian spells, is it a... Oh, finish up your question, man. I think it cut off. But that's what it is. That's why people like Aleister Crowley and Jack Parkinson's and people like that is doing rituals, and that's why Aleister Crowley called himself a beast. That's why he was into sex magic. That's why he was into homosexuality. That's why he was fucking with kids and, you know, witches and all that shit. That was the way he manifested his chaos. And you see, so although he was doing some sinister shit, all the things that came from it, he was able to tap deeper into his spirituality and be able to channel things and get information from higher deities such as Awas, which allowed him to channel the book of the law. We can't hear you. Oh, you can't hear me? Okay, hold on. I think I put my thumb over the sound. Is everything good? The sound good? Can y'all hear me now? Let me know what the deal is. Is everything good now? Okay. All right, cool. So although you see me, it seemed like a real peaceful place, right? I never lost it. Oh, okay, I don't know what it is. Okay, cool. So you see, I'll give y'all a 360 view. It's a pretty peaceful place, right? You know, a nice little park, grass. You know, get your exercise on, bring your kids to the fucking playground, whatever. But this is Vegas, right? So that's the thing. Just like California. California, the scenery of California, LA, Southern California, is absolutely beautiful, right? You got beaches, you got Hollywood, you got beautiful women, so on and so forth. Long Beach, Compton, so on and so forth. Vegas, you got, you know, various parks. So the scenery is absolutely beautiful. But when it comes to the people, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? Sin City, right? So Vegas has this dark energy because it was started by mobsters, right? It's all about the gambling, right? The people that run Vegas are so-called criminals, right? Look it up on Google how much money the Strip generates every fucking day. More money is generated on the Strip than any other block on the world, in the world, right? And the whole entire fucking planet, right? The brightest light in the world comes from the Luxor, the pyramid, with the cap, right? The reason why Vegas has that energy is because it took ancient science and replicated it. So the brightest light in the world is the Luxor with the light at the top. The capstone on the pyramid. So if you go to the pyramids in Egypt, you see the pyramids, but they don't have capstones. This capstone is specifically lit up because the energy was generated from the capstone on the pyramid. So once the capstones was removed, Egypt became a desert. That's ancient science. What is the Strip? The Las Vegas Strip. Hold on, all right. Thanks for the support. Love the videos. Okay, you mean, right. The Las Vegas Strip. So if you just look up the history of Las Vegas and just how everything came together, everything is in Vegas. So you got Egypt, you got Greece, you got Rome, you got China, you got Japan, you got elements from all around the world, all in one place on the Las Vegas Strip. Right? So you got people coming from all over the world to at least spend a weekend at the Strip, either it's for business or they come to engage in sinful activity because it's all here. Right? It's known for that type of behavior because it's out in the middle of a fucking desert. It's like an oasis in the middle of a desert. And I'm pretty much, the next live stream I do, please stroll up, you finish your question? Okay. Is magic aligning with you? Is magic aligning you with soul's purpose? Or is it foretelling ego desires and actually bringing you off track? And what does it do to your system, DNA, consciousness? Please, bro, good to see you again. Oh, peace? Yeah, peace. All right, I'll answer your question, yeah. This is what magic is. See, take it out of your head that it's supposed to be some positive shit. Magic is all about having physical results. If you are engaging in magic, you're not just doing it for stage play, or you shouldn't be doing it for stage play, or just be doing it for fun. If you are engaging in magic, you should be engaging in magic to have some type of physical result, to affect your subconscious or your unconscious in a way that will have an effect on your physical reality, which will allow you to perceive that which you are desiring to perceive. So it's not just strictly about manifestation and creating your reality. It's about you discovering what exactly is within your subconscious mind. For example, as we're talking about being beings of chaos, when you are a being of chaos and you embrace your chaos and you utilize it, so you take your creative art and your creative abilities and you translate that into magic. See, that's the thing. It may start off as creativity, you know, you just like to draw or you like to write or you like to do whatever things of that nature. When you take your creative abilities to the highest level, so they are now magical abilities in terms of now you can use your art to channel things from a higher dimension. For example, the same thing Aleister Crowley was doing, the same thing a channeler does, the same thing a medium does. They take their natural creative abilities and they develop them, they nurture them, and they allow them to flourish till they become magical abilities. So now you can use these same creative forces to affect your subconscious mind to a level where it can take you into a trance. So when you draw or when you write, you can go into a trance and channel certain type of information, tapping into your magical ability. And now you are able to manifest that which is in your subconscious mind to physical reality. So you take your natural creative abilities and your creative sparks and they develop into magical abilities so that you can affect your reality by tapping into your subconscious mind, and you start to manifest things that are in accordance to what's in your subconscious mind, because now you are taking the things that are hidden and the things that are unconscious and you are placing them into the physical reality through your creative abilities. And doing more and more of that taps you deeper and deeper into your creativity, which allows you to basically create a whole reality that revolves around your creative spark. However, most of the time, our creative spark goes through all these various levels of filters because we feel like certain things are maybe too sinister or maybe a little bit too uncut or a little bit too unedited, that we don't want to manifest the ability in this natural raw form. But when we take away from it, when we basically, that's what I mean by we try to present it to the world instead of just manifesting the creative spark in this natural essence. That's when things start to channel and you actually can pull things out from within you and place them into the world. Now, for example, like again, you may be somebody who likes women and you like to draw women or write about women or write sex stories or whatever the case may be. When you tap into your creative spark and you allow that to manifest in a pure, unedited form and just write it down or draw it out or speak it or whatever it is that you do creatively, you will be able to create a whole reality revolving around what's going on in your subconscious. An example may be you may attract a partner. They may be drawn to your writings or your drawings or whatever, somebody that thinks just like you, and now you are able to engage in sex magic because now you are in alignment with somebody else who thinks just like you on a more sinister level, who may not want to manifest that into the world, but you can come together with this particular person and now y'all can do even more destructive arts. This is basically what the black arts are or what the dark arts are. Because this is the type of energy that could heal, or this is the type of energy that can kill. So the same way you can heal yourself and allow yourself to be natural, the same way you can take somebody off of this earth. Because it's still using that same creative spark. So to answer your question, the creative spark starts off as you just exploring yourself, but the more and more you accept it and the more and more you allow it to just flow naturally without editing it, with just accepting what it really is and you really seeing what is really into your subconscious, that's when it starts to become magical and you start to see change in your reality. And that's what it is. That's the true essence of really tapping into your magic in the purest form. Yeah, you know, that was maybe a little bit too advanced, but it's real shit. Let me take another cig of water real fast. All right. So, I think y'all get the point. You know what I mean? So it's all about being dark, all about being sinister, but utilizing it through your creativity, through your spirituality, and manifesting it in this pure form to completely change this world using your imagination, using your heart, weaponizing your spirituality. Instead of using it to bring about peace, you utilize it to bring about chaos. It's just flipping the script. And I guarantee you will wield way more results doing that than trying to bring yourself to inner peace when you were never a being of peace. You were always a being of chaos. Is there a way to create a natal chart using 13 zodiac signs, or am I confused or something? There's various different zodiacs. Just utilize whichever one that feels right to you. You know what I mean? You got the Western astrology, you got the Dravidian astrology, you got the Chinese astrology, you got Japanese astrology, you got Native American astrology, so on and so forth, right? You got the 12, then you got the 13. They're all legit systems, but you find the one, there's going to be one that stands out to you more. There's going to be one that speaks to you a little bit more than all the other ones. It's going to be more natural to your spirit. So find the one that resonates with you on a more personal level and work from that. Because at the end of the day, we are all the zodiac signs. We are all the signs. So it's not for you to get locked into whatever sign you are. It's for you to explore the whole zodiac as a complete system. You know what I mean? Channeling the information directly from the constellations themselves, as opposed to getting stuck, or I'm this or I'm that. You can tap into any of the 12 or 13 zodiac signs. We have access to all of those powers because we are cosmic beings. We come from the stars. We have these earthly bodies, but our consciousness has no beginning and has no ending. We have always been here, and we always will be here, whether it's in this form or whether it's in a cosmic form or whether it's in a form that we can't even conceive. But our consciousness has always been here, just like the planet has a consciousness, plants have consciousness, rocks have consciousness. All things have an aura, all things have a spirit. But when we talk about the soul, our soul is infinite. And this is what I'm speaking about when we talk about the soul, because the soul is innocent. The soul hasn't done anything. The soul is just sleeping inside of us dormant. The soul hasn't committed any sins. The soul hasn't killed people. The soul hasn't did anything of a negative light. But what the soul has within it that we can explore is pure chaos. It's about being innocent. It's about exploring your innocence. It's about not judging yourself. So again, you may be a sinister person, but if you can find a creative outlet for that, so that you don't actually go out and kill people, you just kill people in your art, if that's what you are into, and you can utilize that to take yourself to a magical place within your own consciousness, within your own subconscious mind. That's how you create reality, utilizing that pure creative spark with pure chaos instead of love and light. And again, if you are of the love and you are of the light, then utilize that. But right now we talk about the dark souls. So I think I made my point pretty clear. You know what I mean? I know this video is not for most people. It's for a selective few that would not be afraid to utilize that creative spark to manifest your reality using chaos. Because I know it's not really a lot of people who even would say something like that. But I guarantee if the video does speak to you, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So till next time, next time you'll probably see me on the strip. I'll show you the strip from a first-hand perspective, so you will see the signs that I'm talking about. So definitely look forward to that. I'll be on the strip. So till then, you know what I mean, y'all handle well, destroy the shit out of this reality, and handle this pure chaos with caution. Peace.